everybody, welcome to Shots Live. Thanks for joining me. This week we're working on the $10 boat. The boat people go wild. Stick with me. We got a lot going on. We're going to get a couple more coats underneath that thing. We're going to start building this firewall or the wall. This, I don't know, mid stringer thingy in the middle. Stick with me. Welcome to my life. All right, everybody, I am sorry for the boat people. I haven't been getting on this like I should have. It has been freezing cold. I should have been further along when it was warmer, but I didn't get there. And then both parents ended up in the hospital. A bunch of my excuses, whatever. My dad's been living here. Anyway, I am back at this. It's warm enough today. It's just like a surprise day. It's the day after Thanksgiving, if you're wondering when this is. And it's actually warmer today and yesterday. Actually, yesterday would have been a great day, but we were eating. But today it's a decently warm day. I got the space heater going in there just to bring the temperature up just a little more, but it isn't cold by any means. So my goal today then is to get the final coat on the inside and the second coat on the outsides. By the way, the insides don't look good and the outsides look wonderful. Done at the same time, the same material, the same, yeah, I don't know. Regardless, we're getting it done. Yeah, so the goal will be to get that done. I think I'm gonna make a cardboard template first of this outside wall so I can go ahead and get that cut while it doesn't stink in here. And that's all warming up and we'll go from there. All right, well, not a lot to talk about. You guys have seen me do this 1,000 times and you're probably hoping that I can finally get out of this hole eventually. Really after this, we'll only have one more inside or outside coat fiberglass to do on those stringers, and then that will be done and we can move our way out. I will have to work inside on the back side of this wall. That's going to be right here, but I can do that from outside here. I don't have to lay down in this stuff anymore. I don't have to crawl up under there anymore. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. For those who've been watching for the long haul, man, this has been rough under here, and I'll be glad to be done with it. I'm not going to lie. Then we get back into enjoying what we're doing out here, getting the wood on the walls, the wood across the back. I got to put some wood up under where the batteries go just to kind of support that wall before I do all that. Get to the two side stringers in, or whatever they're called, they go up the sides. And then we got to build or get the rails going the rest of the way down here. And we'll be in good shape at that point. Really good shape at that point. Of course, the tank floor, we'll make a floor, and then that tank will sit right on top of that. So anyway, I don't know why I'm giving you the next 27 years worth of stuff that I'm going to do. Hopefully it doesn't take me that long. But anyway, let's get this template going. See if I can find some cardboard laying around that I'm not using, and we'll go from there. All right, let's get busy. So I think that's going to work out nicely. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So we'll take this out and we'll trace it on a piece of wood, and we'll try to find a piece of wood first. I don't even know what I have left. And then we'll get that all cut out and prepped up, and maybe we'll resin that and these back stringers. I was noticing when I was standing here, I must have slid this board forward when I was putting it in because this one's short, so I need to make sure that I have a long and short one before I resin those, to make sure they fit in there perfectly. And I still got to draw that circle around that, so let me do that real quick. The reason I stopped, and you guys don't know it, but I actually stopped videoing per se, is because I got a 1.5 connector, and that's a 1-inch tube, which I thought that was 1.5. Kind of weird. I don't know. I thought I measured it. Anyway, so I got my wife picking that up. She's actually out shopping, so perfect Christmas time, whatever, you know, spending money. Blah. So anyway, I'll get this drawn out, and we'll get it cut out. Worst comes to worst, I can take a pipe out back, the one that actually goes here, and just set it on there and trace it around the bottom of that, and that would work too. I just need to make sure I have it lined up where it goes. I know where center is, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's where that pipe goes. Nothing's perfect in these boats, let me tell you. All right, well, let me get that out. Let me get that traced on there. Let me find some wood, and we'll get her cutting. All right. All right, let's see if this board fits in here. I had to go get the camera to get out there. I'm gonna have to move these cords. It's gonna be tight, I know that. I'm gonna plug this heater. Get it moved. Away. Ba-boom. Let's see, what do we got here along with this thing? Will that fit there? It's gonna be a little bit to the right. Shoot. All right, let's turn this around and see if it fits better the other way. Even though I think it was built that way. Oh. There you go. It was built to go the other way. That pipe would definitely fit better that way. So we got, I think I marked it on the wrong side or something. Let's see, is that gonna work for me or not? No, not really. So we'll just have to push that pipe. That pipe pushes over. I just didn't know. There you go. It's just stuck from all the drainage. All right, let's back to this way. All right, that's where it's hitting. And I think I'll take a little off this side here too. I don't know what I had it actually took away. I want to cut this back about here. I want to trim this off right here. So to there somewhere. Not that big, but just needs to be shaped down. Probably is that big actually, because I need to drop that much. And then probably need the same thing here, huh? Probably shave that off. And shave this off. And I think it'll sit down in there. All right, let's try this again. Oh yeah, that's much cleaner. That's a good fit. All right, perfect, no wobble. Fits good. Fits good. Okay, so that's gonna work out great. So we got our wall piece done. You know, I'll have to make another one for out here. I'll probably do that later. Just measure out what it ends up being after I set it, and that way it can be nice and tight. But so this is the same height as my stringers inside. I think that's, if you didn't understand why I thought this height was okay, because if water's going over, if water seeps through this, which I'll still fiberglass it and seal it in, but this backside won't be sealed, right? It'll be resined, but it won't have a fiberglass sheet going all the way up and down the backside. But my thought process is, well, by then it's going over top of these stringers anyway, and it'll start floating around through the sides and all that. So I just need to stay as high as this stringer in my mind. All right, so that's gonna work out great, I think. So that's all set up. So now I think we're just gonna get that fiberglassing done in there. I've kind of pushed it off as long as I can today. And yeah, we'll get going on that. Again, my inside doesn't look as great as my outside. My outsides look great. My insides didn't come out as great. It's just frustrating, but one step at a time. We'll get that put in there, and then we'll just move on. So I would like to resin this up while I'm doing it though, and get it all put in, or get it resined up so it's ready to get put in. So I may do that as well while I have everything dirty. So yeah. All right, well, in the meantime, let me get in here. I'm probably gonna do a quick wipe down, and then we'll get the fiberglassing. All right, so drum on the high seas. I went to clean my roller up and it broke. I don't have any spares. I found this one in the garage, which is actually really wide and thin. I suppose it will work. It sucks though. I'm used to that thick, real nappy one that you can put a lot of stuff in. This one has a little bump on the end. It's probably so you don't hit the ceiling or something or get it on something else. That's gonna be in the way. So yeah, that's where I'm at. This sucks. So my wife's at Lowe's. Thank God she's on her way to Lowe's, which is good because she hadn't got there yet. But the problem with that is she hadn't got there yet, which means she's not moving extremely fast either. So it'll probably be an hour or so before I even get to do the other one. So I may wait. I'm not sure. You'll know in a second. All right, the wife made it back. I got the new roller. Let's get busy. Man, all right, what a waste of an hour. But I did get a lot of cleanup done, so that's good. Yeah. All right, so let me get this stuff mixed up. We'll get in there, we'll get some fiberglass down, and we'll call it a day. All right. right, so that went really well. I was actually surprised. It was a pain in the butt. So today, I don't know why, but it didn't want to stick that first time. It wanted to fall back off. Remember that first firewall when we did that? But I noticed if I just slap some more on there and then use the paintbrush and push the air out, the air just would come right out of it. So it did really well. I wish that the layer underneath didn't have the white, then it would look really nice right now, but it does. But both sides did really well. The paintbrush was definitely my friend, which it usually isn't. I can't stand the paintbrush usually, but it just pushed that air right out, and it just bubbled and went out in a layer instead of like normally where you have to work each piece out. It just did it as a sheet. So again, don't know if that's attributed to the temperature or the moisture or what, but just absolutely thrilled with the way that went down. I also got this edged out with resin and then did a coat over the top. I just did the one side. I'll let it dry and I'll do the other side when I come back to work on this again. We got one more layer on the inside. I'll probably put a big piece of tab in between the two pieces there just to firm that up some more. And then we'll be putting the wall on. We'll get the pipe in. We'll get this wall going in. We'll get the back side of that thickened resin, the front side of that thickened resin, and then we'll fiberglass the back side, and then we are basically out of the hole. I mean, honestly, there will be a board across the top, which we will work on here in the next episode. We'll get that made up, but easy peasy from then on out. And from then on out, I'm working just like this. Yay! I can stand up, I can move around, I can squat or whatever. I don't have to be laying down in the fiberglass itself to get this done. So it's going to be thrilling. One more piece to go in there. So next week, hopefully, next week, whenever we do it again, hopefully we get another layer on this inside. The outside is now done. We'll get our board in there and we'll get it going. We are so close to being out of the hole, so close. And those of you stuck with me since the beginning are probably doing the same thing. Victory dance, we're getting closer, closer. Yeah. All right, so there you go. All right, so I'm going to cut back just like I did last week to Herrington Lake. The water is extremely low. It's never been this well. It hadn't been this low in years. They are working on the dam, and so they have drained it down just about everywhere. So I'm kind of working my way away from me towards the dam with these videos. But here's a couple more places that for you to check out some aerial views of Herrington Lake. All right. All right, this is Kingsville Marina. I kind of call this one the place where we're houseboats go to die. I'm not really sure if they're just cheaper or what, but the boats seem to come down the lake down to here when they're no longer fit to be up higher on the lake. So there's some old ones in here. And a lot of them sink here too. Looks like they have the whole dock though sitting on the mud there on the bank. I guess they've been through this before. But you can see some of the boats down here that on the shore in the mud, the holes from the old houseboats. It's kind of a sad deal. right, so I think this was a pretty good episode. We actually made some good headway. Boat people, I know you're always after me to get some boat videos out to you. And I think it'll go a lot faster once I get past this cave, right? And we're so close. Anyway, thanks for joining me. See you next week.